Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Soup Breakdown. Today we're going to be looking at the GAT-X207 Blitz Gundam. I feel like all I've said in the seed breakdowns are the uniqueness of the suit. The Blitz is yet another very interesting suit. I'm honestly not that big of a fan of it. I think that a lot of what it tries to do is really cool, but I don't know that it capitalized very well on it, as I'll show you. Forward melee is this stab that does quite a bit of damage. Like, it's not bad. Could be a little bit more. It also does not result in a down. And there's no follow-up attack, which feels a little weird. I feel like you're supposed to do that and then immediately cancel out and go into another melee of your own, like I just did there. You have back melee, which is pretty good. Back melee is a grab that you can use to pull them in and stun them, which is always nice. Much like the Perfect Strike has. Then you have side melee, which is pretty good. And you have basic melee. Basic melee is my favorite of the four. With the Blitz, mainly because with basic melee, you do this big sweep and enemies can run into it if they're not paying attention, which is really nice. Then you capitalize on it, of course. The Striker is the little side slash that it does there. Then you have left bumper, which has a relatively fine reload time. It's your dedicated stun, which you can pull out at any time, which is pretty nice. Kind of hard to aim with. Even in red lock, sometimes it seems like it just didn't hit, even though you fired it off correctly, which can be kind of annoying. You also have this move here, which lets you go Mirage Colloid for a second, though I'll talk about the Mirage Colloid a little bit more in a moment. That allows you to get in and do a quick hit. Again, does not combo into anything. If you want to combo it, you have to cancel out of it yourself and then combo, which I will show right here. But that's the only way you can really get a combo out of it. Kind of disappointing that it doesn't combo on its own, but in the hands of somebody who knows how to do melee combos, it can still be pretty powerful and pretty effective. It's also a really good ability to just dodge a shot if you have it up, or to get out of the way of a Garobi, because you do go Mirage Colloid for a second. We use the burst, which is pretty cool. It's very much like the Spallows attack, which is very nice. And then we'll do a little bit of Mirage Colloid talk, I think. So Mirage Colloid, when you activate it, you have it for a very short amount of time, but while it is activated, you cannot be targeted. So you cannot be red locked, basically. No targeted attacks can hit you. It's all free aim. People that know where you are can still try and catch you in wide range attacks, so it's not perfect, but it is very handy. I'll show you in a moment, when we get to the second round, some interesting ways to use the Mirage Colloid and some cool things about it. Of course, we do have to ask the question, though, should you use the Blitz Gundam? Honestly, I don't know. If you like melee, and you like making your own combos, then yeah, the Blitz is pretty good for that. But I honestly feel like the Blitz is just not enough for its cost. If it was a 200, I feel like it would be fine. Because as a 200, you know, the stuff that it has would actually make it a pretty cool 200. But as a 300, it just doesn't feel like it does the right amount of damage. It feels like too much of its kit is lacking for actual, like, usability. Like the fact that there's no way to just combo off of that easily, even though that charge is your main go-to, you know? How hard it is to hit with your stun. Though I did manage to hit it there. It doesn't feel great in practice. And maybe there's some people out there that can really make use of the Blitz and what it can do. And if they can, then that's great. But the Blitz is for sure a close-range unit that has some decent mid-range. That is just not as good as many other 300s, including just about every seed suit that we've covered so far. However, with Mirage Colloid, as soon as you attack, you come out of it. But it also stops your Mirage Colloid use where you stopped using it. And it will begin to recharge from there, which is very nice. It means that you can use it very quickly and get a lot more use out of it than letting it drain all the way to 100 before using it again. So for instance, you can Mirage Colloid, charge in, then you're at 68. After a brief delay, it'll begin recharging again, and you're good to go. There is also, if you use the right trigger, you can cancel out of your melee like that to be able to, of your forward melee, to be able to really get a good combo in, as we showed there. I use that a lot when I'm attacking. It's when I mainly use that dodge 4 if I'm not using it to dodge. Here we'll see the full burst. It's pretty cool, you know. It's pretty nifty. I feel like they were going for a ninja suit kind of vibe in this game with the Blitz, which really is not what the Blitz was doing in the anime. In scene, the Blitz was more of a bombardment suit of like stealth in, blow some stuff up, get out, you know. But I do like the Blitz as a suit. I just think it could have been done a little bit better here. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree or disagree with me. I like it well enough, but I just think it could have been a little bit more utilized to really capitalize on what it has to offer. With all that said, though, I think the Blitz is pretty good in 3v3s or 2v2s, where you can just get in, like, suddenly the enemy loses attention of you, you Mirage Colloid, and you're gone, you know? That's a really good setup, in my opinion. I would pair it with a striker that can give you more dedicated stuns. But, with all that said, I have been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. And remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that the Blitz has to offer.